Hello everybody, a very warm welcome then to Jeddah. Real Madrid host Bucks FC in the Westie TV Champions League playoffs, and well, it was a huge shock. Real Madrid almost collapsing in on themselves after being in the top three for so long in this competition in the league stage, and well, now they're going to have to play a big playoff against Bucks FC, who have been coming back. They only lost 1-0 against Real Madrid when they visited the Bernabeu early last month, but this is huge for them. Well then, it's been a turbulent time for Real Madrid, and well, coach Arbeloa has dropped a lot of key names from the squad to the starting bench. Courtois, Garcia, Huijsen, Militao, Alexander-Arnold, Vinicius Jr., Bellingham, Camavinga and Rodrigo, Arda Güler and Franco Mastantuono starts up front for Real Madrid. Mbappe on the bench. Well, it's been huge. Valverde's still out, no Tchouaméni in the starting 11, but Real Madrid are keen to make their mark in this competition and get through to the quarterfinals. Bucks FC, on the other hand, are a team who can and will bring surprises. It's a huge night for this team, and well, for the Bucks FC boys of Wickham, Leo Spinks takes the captain's armband. Gene Tipping on the bench with Charlie Stinton, but Spinks, Deverell, Ross, Johnston, Dawson, Skinner, Bedford, Gary Constant, Smith, Rodriguez and Fraser Garden start for the Bucks FC boys. Of course, 90 minutes, maybe extra time, maybe penalties against Los Blancos. The former Charity Cup winners go up against Bucks FC in what is going to be a huge night here in Jeddah. Neutral ground, 50-50 split of fans across the stadium. And we are here and ready to go. Well, Real Madrid will look to cause a huge blow on Bucks FC in their season. They were, of course, without a win for the first 6 games, and then they started to pick up form. Tyler Smith on the right hand side has been in great form for Bucks FC. But on the other side it is, well, absolutely huge. Oh no! Mastantuono scores already! I took my eyes to look at my notes, and Mastantuono scores for Real Madrid in Jeddah. It's not even been 10 minutes. And Bucks FC have been ripped apart. Well, it's Bellingham who knocked it forward for Franco Mastantuono, who scores his first goal of the season. And Bucks FC are in a heap of trouble now. Well then. The chairboys are behind. And well, even though it's a heavily rotated Real Madrid side, here's Rodri. Gary Constance, Tyler Smith being told to get on side by the coach. Bedford, Skinner, Garden! Oh, good save by Courtois. And well, Courtois favourite to André Lunia-News. Race to get back in fit for this game, and Real Madrid, despite the season they've had, knocked out in the quarter-final of the Champions League, is Arda Güler wide of the post. Well, Real Madrid not exactly knocking at the door, they're breaking down the door. And Leo Spinks will have the goal kick. Well, it's been exciting times at Bucks FC recently. They've had A win against the old boys team on penalties, of course. It means that maybe they'll have to get Charlie Stinton in for penalties if it does come to this tonight. Here's Garden, Rodri in the centre, Dawson back to Rodri again. Fraser Garden, wide to Gary. Fran Garcia. Arda Huller. Eduardo Camavinga. Whipped over to Rodrigo. Rodrigo. Mastantuono again. It's 2-0 to Real Madrid. Bucks FC broken and torn apart. And this Real Madrid attack. What a brilliant, brilliant goal that is from Real Madrid. Camavinga over the top for Rodrigo. Questions about offside. But Mastantuono, right place, right time. And Argentine brilliance is back at Real Madrid again. He's giving me a bit of Gonzalo Higuain vibes. Bucks FC kick us off for the second time tonight. 25 minutes and Real Madrid are on top of this game and on top by a mile. Here's Garden. Skinner. Garden again. Brought back to Bedford. Arda Huller back to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's never played Bucks FC, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Or even been to Wickham. Well, Real Madrid were actually in Wickham the other day for the Premier League International Cup final against Borussia Dortmund. Their Castilla side went over to Adams Park to play. Here's Garden. Tyler Smith trying to put it through to Rodri, but it wasn't quite to be. Vinicius Jr. into Arda Huller again. Mastantuono playing it forward. Oliver Dawson gets in the way. Skinner. Bucks FC 5 minutes off half time. If they can get something maybe to shift the momentum on the stroke of half time, put them within a glance of having it. Garden. Here's Tyler Smith. Oh, what a save by Courtois. And denies Tyler Smith a huge, huge chance. Well, Jeddah is one of the venues on the Corniche, of course, of next to the motor racing circuit, and this is one of their Saudi Arabian sporting venues, of course, before the Formula One moves over to towards Riyadh in the next few years. Qiddiya Speed Park. Of course, Jeddah has been a huge sporting hub for Saudi Arabia in time, and Real Madrid has been here a couple of times actually for some Spanish Cup finals. Half time then called by the referee, and well, Real Madrid in control from 2 Franco Mastantuono goals. He has been incredible so far. Tyler Smith deemed missing in action. I'm not really sure. He did have the best chance that Bucks FC had in the first half. Real Madrid 2, Bucks FC 0, half time here in Jeddah. Second half underway then, and Bucks FC have got 2 goals to find. To either take this to extra time. Here's Fraser Garden inside the box. And Bucks FC have an early chance, but it's not quite to be. It's not like the days of I remember Sevilla actually back in 2020 or 2016 when they played the Europa League final against Liverpool in Basel. Scored within 35 seconds of the resumption of play. Tyler Smith coming very inward here. He's a key player for this Bucks FC team. Arda Huller. Brought into Camavinga. Here's Franco Mastantuono, hat-trick hero. This boy is a star. The right places, the right times, and Real Madrid are 3-0 up at Bucks FC. And Mastantuono has hit them all into the back of the net. To be franco with you, he's been brilliant. And now Bucks FC, well, they might be staring down a bit of a long road. They've played 11 games, they've won 3, but Real Madrid might have just been a bit too much of a big test for them. It'd be a huge shame if Bucks FC were to go out. They've been fantastic in this tournament so far, of course. 10th might have been a bit of a big step for them. Here's Garden. Garden still trying it, and Courtois with an excellent stop to deny him. And now then, Bucks FC have a corner right on the edge. Skinner takes, whipped into the box, and Ross can't be found. Here's Gary. Ross! Camavinga clears away. Rodri. Down for Smith. Here's Ollie Ross again. Skinner! Not quite to be. Oh, Vinicius Jr. laying it on. Arda Güler wide. Rodrigo. Oh, it's just been a lethal combination. Find Mastantuono, who is a future Madrid Galactico. Some of you may have seen his free kick against River Plate, played for River Plate back in the Copa Libertadores in the summer last year. What a player he was. Dawson. Gary Constance. Johnston. Rodri. Back to Dawson again. Here's Tyler Smith. They're not going to have long to score 3 at this rate. Here's Fraser Garden. Oh! Courtois had to get across and did make the save. Huijsen. Fran Garcia to Vinicius Jr. again. Bellingham buying it back. Huijsen. Arda Güler. Here's Vinicius Jr. Smith getting a tackle and sending Vinicius to the ground. Substitutions then. Here he is. Well, Mastantuono's got his hat-trick, and it's time for Kylian Mbappe to make his mark on the competition. Of course, he's got 7 so far in this season. I think after tonight they might consider keeping Mastantuono in for the quarter-finals. Mbappe. Arda Güler. Rodrigo! That will do. That will do for Real Madrid. And Rodrigo has another goal on his Real Madrid catalogue. Brilliantly worked from Arda Güler, and Rodrigo in the right place, the right time to just slot it home and away. Well, you can't not be pleased with that. Fraser Garden into Elliot Deverell. Gene Tipping. believe it's come on for Tyler Smith. Gene Tippett keeping it in and keeping it away from Trent. Well, Real Madrid, they've had to face the playoffs, but they've made it look easy. And they will be in the draw against the top four teams. We'll find out where they play in a few days' time. Of course, we've got FBC5 versus Marseille tomorrow night, and then we've also got Tyler Smith looking to try and get something there. And I think there's a free kick here for Bucks FC. I mean, whatever they get, it will be a consolation. Well, they're taking time on the free kick here. Fraser Garden to take. Whipped into the box a bit high. Bellingham trying to get there. Johnston. Ross trying to get on the end of it. And that will be that. The Bucks FC journey in the Westie TV Champions League is over. And Franco Mastantuono has made sure of it. 3 goals. What a night for Real Madrid in Jeddah. It's a dominant 4-0 win. And well, the full-time whistle here. Real Madrid 4, Bucks FC 0.